Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome along to one of my renditions of turning in the shed. Uh, I've been out a wee while. I was doing just a wee bit of footering about and getting things set up again. I had to take everything into the house. It was that cold. I was having problems with cameras and computer, and everything went haywire. I think cold wire has affected most of the things in the shed. Uh, I did come out yesterday and put the wee Chinese heater on. It was 3 degrees when I came in, and it brought it up to 15. But I think it was that cold yesterday that the heater would have been struggling to bump the heat up anymore. But anyway, I got it all sorted out, and it's all back in its place, and it's all working again. So what we're going to do today, uh, I've got this piece of log. Now, I don't know what it is, but it smells nice. Mmm, very nice. So, and it's not overly big. It's 6.5 inches long by almost 5 inches in the width. But we will be taking a bit off that to get it round. I'm just going to mark some marks on this to see if I can get it somewhere in the center. It's just knocking the end of the tool rest here, but the bark will come off soon enough, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to switch over the camera and bring the tripod in so what you can see. Right, rough and spindle gouge. You want to get before you start turning, get yourself in a good position. You're not having to move. You don't want to move when you're turning. Get this good stance, and all you're moving is your body weight from one leg to another as you go back and forward, and just take it easy. So we'll bring that in to right the bevel, and then when we lift the tool up, it starts to cut. Okay, it's doing nothing, only rubbing on the bevel. So when I lift my handle, it starts to take a cut off that. Okay, so when you get comfortable with it, just position your thumb over the tool and your finger here, right against your tool rest. And that will give you your depth. And the more you lean on it, the more it will take off. And now, I'm not moving my feet, I'm just moving back on my left leg, moving my hip over. Now this is Turner 500 RPM, so it's not too fast. I just want to get the bark off this to see what the timber's like underneath. Now you'll start to get more of a cut because it's going faster. And again, you're just holding your finger against your tool rest and leaning on that to take a cut right across. And I haven't moved my feet once. I'm stuck in this position. You want to be in the position you can move back and forward without moving your feet. If you have to move your feet, then your arms start moving and you're not getting a constant cut. You want to get a nice clean cut across that. couple more cuts. No reason, just, and I'm just using the wing of the gouge. Set your depth. Keep it in mind, this is not straight. And you really can't see what I'm doing down here, so we'll put you back on the tripod for now. Now, when you're making your tannin, I'm just going to bring the camera around here. Let you see that. When you're making your tannin, you want to size it to your chuck, okay? This face here, you want to cut that flat so that it doesn't bottom out on the chuck jaws. So you're going tight to the piece of wood, you're not going tight to this. If it bottoms out, there's a chance that it'll probably come off the lathe because it's not being held very well. So I'm just going to tidy that up again. So what I do is just take it up till it's tight. Bring your tailstock up, locating the hole here on the other end. And if it's a wee bit off, loosen this up and just move it until the center pin meets exactly with the position you have it in, and then tighten that up. Okay. So, give it an wee tighten. Okay. We'll turn the speed up. And just let the tool do all the work, just lean on it. Just take some cuts off it. That's quite good, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to concentrate on the inside of this now before we go any further with that, because it's a good way from the headstock. So this is all out in free air as they, and it's overhanging, so there will be a bit of a noise from it. So you're going to put this in two different directions. One being, you can take a Forstner bit and drill a big hole down, which is more or less what I'm going to do, because it makes it a lot easier to hollow the center out. Now, another thing to watch out for, your quill is coming out of the tailstock quite a ways. If you were to get a catch at this part in time and it locked up, you could end up bending this, which wouldn't be good. So what I do, wind it back, holding on to your Jacob's chuck as you retrieve it, wind it back into its start again, and then move the whole tailstock forward to your bottom out, and then go from there. Clear some of this away, or bring the tailstock back up again. Show it from there. Okay, so I'm just going to bring some of this away. I'll increase the speed a wee bit because now I want a bit more speed on it, and just gently cut away at the top of this. If you try to take big bites out of this, you could end up pulling it out of the jaws of your chuck, and you'll have to center it again. Right, I'm going to change tools because that is not getting me any further in. So, I've got my new bowl gouge. Now this one's just a traditional grind on it. I haven't swept the wings back in this one. I'll just bring the two to show you. Right, on this one, you can see the wings are swept back. And on this one, this is the normal grind it came with. So, a lot less on it. There's no reason you have to bring or sweep them back. As you get better at your turning, then you can progress to cutting your wings back on your gouges. Now I'm taking this down as I go, because what will happen if you take the bottom all out of this before you finish the top, it'll be all wobbly. It's taking the strength out of this. You've got to get mass in the bottom, so you want to leave it there. Same principle as doing a bowl. You want to leave a good bit of wood on the bottom while you do around the rim and the top of the piece. Now that's as far as I want to go take that. I can take another couple of slices off the outside to bring it a wee bit thinner. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I might pierce this a wee bit. We'll see when I'll get the rest of this down a wee bit. So we'll continue on, going to the bottom of our hole, which is there. I'm just at it there. You can see that on the camera. So we'll just continue to take that away. There we are. That's not too bad. Nice and clean. So we can bring our tailstock back up again, and we'll probably get the rest of this drilled out with this depth now. So we'll start that up, and as we did before, just gently engage the cutter. Right, now let us get down in here and see where we are. Right, that's it bottomed out. So overhead, I'll show you where we are. Put that on the face of that, and that's exactly where we are there. So we're about ½ inch from the bottom, and I would be happy to leave it at that, because we can take a wee bit off the bottom if we need to clean the bottom up when we take the foot off. So that is the Forstner bit done with. So we'll get rid of that because it is very hot at this point in time. So you want to set it somewhere it's not going to do any damage. And then I'm just going to run the scraper down the inside of that. I bring this in and give you a Jeff Duke at that. The light might be too much for you, but you can see I'm right at the bottom and good consistency and wall thickness right down. So this will taper in on the outside. I've left myself a wee bit of room for jiggling about. I just want to see if I can feel that. I'm going to hit this with a bit of really grit on the inside here. Put the dust extraction on. That'll do a job. Right. This piece of wood has been used that many times. So all I want that to do is give us a bit of stability here because it's so far over the headstock. And the thing is, I need a wee bit of it because that hole, centre's going to go through that. Let's see. We'll use it that way round. And then we'll bring that, it's a centre hole in it and all. So that should make that centre. See what that's like. You don't want to put too much pressure on this because you could end up cracking this here, the rim. All it's doing is giving us a wee bit of, or giving me a wee bit of stability here as I cut this down. Now I'm looking to see what chisel I'm going to use and what ones are sharp. I think this is sharp enough. So just got a spindle gouge here. I think I'll put gouge on that side. I got too high. Again, this tool is near at the end of its life too, but and let's turn that out because I'm going against the grain. But I just wanted to see what that was like. So, you know what? I'm just going to go back to my roughing gouge because I was getting a better finish off it. So we'll turn that speed up. Taking our pass. Yeah, we'll take another wee bit off that. There's a bit of a ridge there. You can see it. Can you see? You can see it. It's tore out there. So we'll just check that now. Let's tidy that up. That'll all sand. I think that's thin as I want to go. Might do a wee bit of a thing on the bottom here to give it a wee bit of feature. Yeah, more than happy enough with that. So all I have to do is sand this and then decide what sort of feature I'm going to put on this. So I'll bring these right up again there. I'll leave you sitting there. We'll get this sanded up. And then get some finish on it and see what it's like. give it a good drink, because that's right and dry, that. Right, that's... Right, I'll stop that. Very small carbide bits on it. 3 of them. So I'll try it with... I'll just give myself a rough idea wanna stay to. Not too far at the top. Somewhere there. Somewhere in between this line, guys. Bring you around this side. I think that's better. Alright, so Nick Agar demonstrated this wee cutter at Christmas at our club, and he had brought some of these wee bits over with him, and I purchased one, and so did a few of the other members. Sharp wee things, like you can turn them around. There's 3 sides on it, like a wee triangle. Anyway. Right, we went a wee bit out over the line, so I'm going to try and clean this up. Maybe should have left this a wee bit thicker towards the top to let me do this. We'll soon find out, because I'm going to have to take a wee bit of this away and a wee bit of that to tidy that up. So just need to refine that line a wee bit more. Going to do one here as well. Oh. Oh. So Just running the edge of the knife round the edge here to make sure the tip is nice and flat where the two meet. Right, I was going to paint the black, but I've changed my mind. I've violet and a blue, I've dark red and I've scarlet. You know something, I'm going to try a wee bit of red. Now, these are I think they're water-based, these. I've had these quite a while. There's no distinct, they're not, what do you call it anyway? What's the word for it? Cellulose based. Right. That looks okay. Just check over, there's no bits of mist. Right. Looks alright. Just looking for the maker of this. They're water stains, so that's all it says on it. It doesn't give you a make. Right. Righty ho. We'll give that a wee whirl. Still a wee bit down there. I think it'll come off like. You never know what you're going to get until you try. You know, that wee bit of texture gives a wee bit of a shadow in the colour too. Uh, next time I do something like this, I'll use the airbrush. I think it would be easier, and I don't think we get as much bleeding. And I'll leave a bit more timber on the thing because I'm going quite thin. I was scared of going through here to the inside, but I didn't, so I'm happy. And okay, guys, we left off yesterday to let this dry. Uh, this is a water-based stain I put on, and what was the colour called? Uh, Dark red. Really obvious, isn't it? So what I done was I got the wee cutter and I done a wee bit of texturing on these bits, and then I had to take this back a wee bit to make it stand proud. And if I had a thought about it, I would have left this a bit thicker, because you'll see on the tailstock that it is very thin, so I didn't have much room to take much off this. Even it's tapered in the inside, so I had to be careful. So I got this sand. I'm going to sand this a wee bit more. I started sanding it, and the dust was sticking in to the wet paint, so I didn't want that to happen. So I just left it where it was yesterday and decided to come back out today and do a wee touch up on it, and it doesn't need much. I think 320 would do it. So I need to put this dust extractor on here. I still don't know how my sound is doing, because I'm not knowing until I get back in and start editing this video. There's a wee spider on my piece. It's away now. Right, we'll knock this up. Just a piece of 320. Just to bring this, because I had to take a wee bit off this to make the wee piece stand up a wee bit with a colour. Just getting the edge of that. Right. That's the first of many coats, and it looks alright. Missed a few bits on it. I better do it by hand first, and then it'll take a wee while to dry. So we'll stop that there and come back on it's dry. I'm just going to take a tailstock away here and have a wee look at the inside of this while that's drying a wee bit more. I'm going to have problems getting this out now. Right, I haven't any sanding sealer in the inside of this, so I'm going to put a wee drop in now. Set that out of the way. Right, I need a wee squirt in there. Oh, look at that. wee squirt, like a friggin' ripper. Yeah, I got it all. Right, we'll let that dry, and well, it's near dry now. We'll give it a wee rub of wee taste of Yorkshire grit. Just get a bit of clean cloth. I'll just give it a wee rub. Right, we'll puff that up. Burnt myself the other day in the cooker. In case you're wondering, is it a turning injury? No, it's not a turning injury. I burnt my hand on the grill when I was reaching in for something. Right, I'm back to this piece, guys. Just knocking it back again with 600 sandpaper. There's a few wee spots on it. It has pulled and made a nice wee runny mark on it. So I'm just hitting this back with sandpaper, and then I'll give it another coat and leave it overnight, because as you will see in the other video I'm making, I done a silly thing. I couldn't get the chuck off the lathe, and long story short, I broke my chuck key, and the wee bit stuck into the chuck. So it's an Axminster chuck, so I don't have any problem getting a key for it. It's just I can't take the piece out of the chuck at the minute. I managed to get it off the lathe anyway without breaking anything else. So concentrating this bit, just knocking this back. We 600 sandpaper, and I'll give it another coat of sands, or another coat. Where'd that go? Another coat of lacquer, and leave it for the night. It's just threw me off breaking that. Could have kicked myself in it. Should have knew better. But these things happen, and let's see what that's like. Did I get all that? There was just one or two marks on it. It was just it pulled up a wee bit on it. Right, that's okay. Right, we'll give that a spray of the lacquer. We'll stand a wee bit back, get a lighter coat this time. I can see a couple of red marks on that. Whereas sandpaper has hit the red. We're back in the shed just to finish off this wee piece. I have given it a wee light sand, so all I'm going to do is get a wee coat of lacquer here, and we'll turn it round and take the foot off it, and that'll finish that wee job. I'm going to use the chestnut acrylic gloss lacquer, So so we'll turn it on, the lathe on, and turn the speed down. Just give it a wee light coat. It's a wee bit fast. So I was I done a silly thing, and I broke my chuck key, and I shouldn't have done it. See if your chuck has ever stuck on your lathe. Don't hit it with a hammer. I had the chuck key in like this here, and I was trying to free it up, and could I get it free? So I had the key like that. It wasn't this one, by the way. It was the Axminster chuck, and I had it at top, and I broke the wee end off the actual chuck. So I got a new chuck key today, and we're up and going again. 24 quid. So there's a lesson learned. If it's stuck, try and get a big set of calipers or something to twist it round. the thing, the thing that happened to me, this piece was in it, so I couldn't open the jaws. Well, I didn't want to open the jaws because I wanted to take it off and leave it in that, because I wanted to do something else and put another chuck on. That's why I tried to take it off in the first place. But saying that, what's done's done, and we can't change that. So that's a stupid thing I have done this week. Break a chuck key. So when I was ordering the new chuck key, I decided to get a new set of ring centers. Morse 2 taper live revolving ring center, matching pair. I got that's the revolving one, and that's the headstock one. So nice wee thing. So I'm gonna say something came out of the unfortunate act that I placed upon myself, and then I ended up spending more money. It's when you're trying to save money, it's still a wee bit tacky there. I'll give it a wee swish around the lathe going to see if it'll dry it up any. Number 1. 2. 3. 4. That looks like it now this time. Expand a good bit too. So this is what I done on Tuesday night, but I didn't have this chuck by me because I didn't have a new key for it. And I'm just going to loosen that off again a wee bit and locate my center point, and just glue that up just snug. Okay, You don't want it too tight. We'll just turn that over and see what it's like. And it's beautiful. We'll just remove most of the timber. With the tailstock in place, and then if we're really gentle with it, we should be able to remove the tailstock and just ever so lightly take the rest, what's remaining, away and get it sanded and finished. Just making sure or undercut it. Right, and I'm just going to use the wee parting tool here to remove some more of it. I'm just going to stop the lathe and remove the tailstock to see if there's any movement in that. Right, I'll just probably take this. It's the wee bit split off that, so I'm just going to try and make that round before I take it away properly. Just to right, remove that now. So all we're left with is this wee piece. And as long as you go easy with it, you should get it okay. The way it's being held. Sometimes I would wrap a bit masking tape around the top and around the chuck, just to give it a wee bit of more of a strength. But if we just take wee light cuts, it'll come away. And right, that's that. So we'll remove this. We'll give that a wee sand. Stop and have a look at it and see what the bottom's like. Didn't notice that before. And maybe to try taking that wee bit off that. It must have hit something when I had it with me. And just stop that and see what if I managed to get that away. No, I think that's in the timber, that mark. Let's even take a wee bit more. I don't want to end up going through the bottom of this. And I just did. I'm not having any luck. We'll just fix that back in. Again, I'm going to put a wee bottom in that. So I am. Okay. Okay. Take a wee bit off the rim. A couple of wee marks around the outside. And there's a black line where the, what do you call it? It was held on the face of the jaws. Just where we sanded it. And we'll make a wee insert. We'll make a wee insert for this. Yes, I did go through the bottom. I knew it was very thin because when you look down inside it, I was right at the bottom of the piece. So I need a wee bit of timber. Now, bull gouge. Okay, that looks good. So, I need to get the size of that. bring that over and see if it's anywhere near it. So what we're doing is just making a wee disc to fill that hole. And it's almost there. Just needs a wee shimmy at the back of it. I sort of put a bevel on that so it'll fit on the front and then it'll get tighter as it goes to the back. So if I straighten that round a wee bit, right, that's nice and tight now. Okay. I'm just going to cut this wee bit of floppy stuff off here. Before it done that, as I was turning that, so I'll just turn the rest of that away. I need to sand the bottom of that because I'll not get anywhere near it once I stick this in, so I'll give it a wee bit of sanding. Screw fit. Closes up nice and tight to the bottom and the inside there, so there's no gap. So give it a wee rub of 240 and then we'll put a wee taste of sand sealer on it and a wee taste of finish, and then we'll stick it in to the bottom of that. It's a bit of Vase I have here. And that seems alright. Just remove the excess timber. Okay. Okay. Let's see what that's like. Remove this wee bit. Just check the bottom's flat, and it is. It's just a wee bit of tear right there. Right, that's finished that up. Despite going through the bottom, guys, it's one of these hazards you come across now and again. And I knew I was pushing my luck as I came to the bottom of that. But it is what it is. And I didn't just want to scrap it. I just rather finish it and have done with it. And I'll do a nice wee pencil pad or something. And that's the inside, so it looks okay. It's not what I would have wanted, but rather than throw it out, scrap it, I just wanted to finish it and show you what you can do with if you end up going through the bottom, because it's very easy done. But I was just pushing the boundaries there. I was really close to the bottom when I started to take that bottom off. So there you are, guys. A nice wee pat. Uh, Monterey Cypress and a bit of texture and a bit of colour with a hole in the bottom and plugged up again. It looks okay, and it looks quite good to me. I'll do the daughter, for school. She's a teacher and she can put all her pens and stuff on it. Rather than throw it out. It's finished now and nobody else will know about it. So thanks very much, guys, for putting up with me on this journey of this one, because it was quite a long one. It won't be too long for you because I'm going to edit it now and cut it down a good bit. When I first started out this, it was running over 2 hours, but there was breaks in between. I had stopped and done other things, so This is the last part of the video I need to go and take in and get on the computer and do the magic with the fingers. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'm standing out here in my shed tonight, and my wee heater's going in the background, guys. I'll let you know it is fabulous. I think it's great, and it's working on 100% for me, and I'm totally satisfied with it. Just chugging along in the background there, and it's nice, and it's not overly cold tonight, but it's cold enough. But it's just a nice temperature. What's the temperature say? It says it's 19 in here in my shed tonight. So when I first come in the shed this morning, it was 10. So it's picked up 9 degrees. So between breaking the chuck key, going through the bottom of the bowl or the pot, this one I'm glad to see the back off. So guys, thanks very much for coming over and watching, and as always, if you like what you see, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and any comments you want to make, please do. I'm not get offended, like if you say anything bad about me. I'll hunt you down. Right, guys, all the best, and I'll say cheerio for now. Bye.